This actually went a lot faster and a lot smoother than I expected. I had the shaft out to take out the old socket, and I had to grind down the old welds and stuff, and that, by coincidence, made it fit right up into that socket. So I only had to line it up so it was sort of straight, and I had to shorten the shaft because this assembly was too long. The blue line is the bottom of the socket, and the two red lines is the bolt head. So there should be plenty of meat for the bolt not to strip out the socket. The bolt has room to travel up if it wants to, but I don't think that it's going to, because it is bottomed out at the threads, and we got clearance for the shaft from the engine. Quite strange. Also, the bolts, I took the bolts from this engine, and everything just came together really easy. So I'm a bit scared that something else is wrong. But yeah, I'm gonna try to do a little bit of research and stuff off camera. Research. I'm gonna try it out a little bit, spin the engine around and see if stuff, and then, yeah, I think I think it's there. The only disadvantage is that even though this is a bigger engine, if the numbers on the tag from the machine it came off is correct, then this engine only has 3 horsepower. It sounds right since it's a 140 cc's, and the engine from the Johnson was 4.5 horsepower, but this is 140 cc's and the Johnson was only 87, so I guess this got more torque. I hope. That's what I need anyways. Oh well, enough rambling. I also need to hook up everything, so yeah. See you later again. So I did some stuff off camera, and I'm going to try my best to get you up to date. When I needed to see if this engine would run, and I disconnected it from the lawnmower chassis, I zip tied. This is the arm for the shutoff that is still hooked up. I zip tied I zip tied this arm to this bracket. Very important later. Then I went on and tried to fire it up, and I did some fooling around with some throttle. I was fooling around trying to hook up the throttle in some way, and all of a sudden I was standing with a running engine. I have the issue that, yeah, look at this stuff. MacGyver paid me a visit, and he asked me to say hello to you. This is some pieces of frame from a work desk that I welded together. There's a slit here that this arm that comes from the throttle handle on the outboard, there's a slot there because this is rigid. It doesn't pivot like the cable on the lawnmower would do. So I needed something to be able to move in another fashion. This has to be the most thought I have ever put into anything I have fabricated. So now I just hope that it works. The only issue is that slot here is open at the end, and this might jump out. So I might cut some. I might give it a few cuts here with an angle grinder, and then put a zip tie around it so that the throttle arm cannot fall out. Well, I have the adjustment just like on the lawnmower, and you can see the marks right there. It was located there at first, off camera that is. Then I started the engine, and I was revving it and having a good time because it seemed to work. And then I wanted to shut it down, and then I just throttled down, and Nothing happened. It just kept chugging along very happily, sounding really good. So all of a sudden I had, I don't know, 10 minutes of runtime on my new coupler here, and it looks really nice. Again, a failure point would be my welds, but they are better than anything I have ever done, apart from this, of course. So I adjusted this a bit so that it can, I had the issue that it wouldn't idle down low enough because this was too far back and therefore not releasing the throttle enough. So this is where we are now. I also had a problem. I was beginning to chase my own tail because it started to search and hunt, and it was because there was no fuel. So you and I are going to start this up again. This time I hope I can get it to throttle down enough. And by the way, it is kicking back, so but not as much as the bricks. And it's also like there's a technique that if you pull really fast and then let go really fast, then it's like it doesn't kick back as bad. Do you want to see this mechanical marvel at work? This is the throttle from the outboard and my MacGyver bracket operating the throttle arm on the lawnmower engine. This engine is still governed like on a lawnmower. I don't know how that will work out on the water. I have seen other guys make outboard lawnmower engines. They disconnected the governor for a reason that they don't need the engine to be governed, but I'm gonna try it and see what happens. So this up here is the choke, and we are at the lowest throttle setting on the handle. And then if I give it throttle, first of all it tensions that spring, which is the spring for the governor arm, and then more throttle. There we are touching the arm for the choke, and if I turn the throttle handle, it gets choke. Clever, huh? And there you can see it is almost about to fall out. But I'm gonna give it a zip tie or something. Maybe just to begin with, maybe I will do something more permanent later. But that's how it works, so you get an idea of why I operate the handle like I do, if you can even see it. So full throttle, and past that, then it gets choke. Let's see if I can get it to run a bit slower this time. Oh yeah, and the carb started to leak. I don't know what the deal is here and where it's coming from. Maybe I should figure that out, because we can't run without fuel. It's coming from the bolt here, I think. Looks like it. That needs tightening. That needs to get tightened. If it's loose, that is. It was. I could give it half a turn. So let's hope that that was it. So where are we? Full throttle and choke. Let's try it. I was still recording. Yeah. And have been for way too long. You see that I am scared of the engine kicking back, right? Ow! Watch the refrigerator. Okay, so what's happening now? Nothing? Okay, that's what I thought. I need something for the shut off again. It is just something to keep the arm from walking forward and killing the engine and the spark. Or the other way around. Now what? Is all my fuel leaked out or what? No, we got fuel. Well, I think the choke is not pushed far enough forward. Maybe that's better. Yeah, we got a cough there. Yeah, I think I need a bit more choke if I can. But let's just see. There we go. This is full throttle and choke. It's searching again. I don't know why. It did it again. Why? We got fuel. What in the world is going on? Annoying. Yeah, plenty of fuel. Oh well. Again, let me chase this. Let me chase this around a little bit and then bring it back. I'm sure it's just something stupid. So I fooled around again. I think I have gotten to the conclusion that I have to choose between the better of two evils. If I want to make it go nice and low, then I won't have the choke function all the way. Then I won't have the choke function working correctly, but then it will go nice and low. I hooked up the kill wire because now I was getting tired of having to cut a zip tie every time, and I just had it running. So let's see if I can get it running again for you guys. Here we go. And now that I have to operate the choke manually anyways, should I just try to... This is half throttle or something. Stop it. nice and slow, just like I wanted. I don't remember if I showed you the coupler rotating, but of course you will need to see that. That looks so nice. It isn't wobbling at all. This is nice. So this needs to get adjusted, I guess, because the bob is spinning when it's in neutral, but the gears are working forward. Engine bobs down a little bit, that's to be expected. Reverse, no, that's neutral. Reverse. This is what I wanted from the Briggs engine. Nice and slow. And I imagine that the fact that I still got the governor hooked up should mean that it can run like this forever and keep a pace. Well, in theory that is. I don't know why it's surging from time to time, but the engine sounds really nice, actually. Really, really nice. This is full send, like a lawnmower. I imagine around 3000 RPM. Or something like that. Maybe I can check on the cover of the lawnmower. It should say on the cover how many RPMs. Have you seen enough? Is it okay now to shut it off? On the button? Perfect. So, I think this was it for this video. My homemade outboard, my homemade lawnmower outboard version 2.0, ready to hit the water. Yeah, we'll see about that. Enough fooling around. It's an outboard. It doesn't really need the air cleaner, and it is really nasty looking anyway. So I think I'm just gonna put on the cover here, so it looks like it's got it, and then try to see if it will run. Yeah, it was just running, right? I was worried about the mixture of the fuel and air, but I guess it's okay. The carb was leaking, doesn't seem to be the case anymore. So yeah, I just need to change the oil, and yeah, I think that's it. Do we want to do a bucket test where I put it in a bucket of water again? Maybe a bigger one than the last time. Yeah, I want to do it anyways, so maybe I will bring you along. Get some run time on it, see if anything rattles apart. It doesn't really look like I need to put something underneath there, but I think I might do it anyways, because out on the water you cannot just call for road assistance. So thank you for watching. Always appreciate it. Please continue watching my videos. It is helping me quite a lot, and maybe someday we can get to a level of Musty 1 or Take it easy, Kenny. Or Diesel Creek or something. What I'm trying to say is it would really help me a lot. Maybe you can help me fulfill my dream of becoming a house dad and full-time YouTuber. It's quite far out in the distance, but it's not impossible. But I really need your help. Leave a comment. What changes should I do? Or is there any comment? Or is there any content you want to see more of? Or anything? Bleep bloop it downstairs. Thank you for watching. One more time. Have throttle. Does it want to start with no choke? No. Okay, choke it is then. Stay safe.